Sheriff Friggs is with us. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Did you guys get the deluge here this morning?
It didn't hit
No,
this end of town.
it was dark
We
as night
saw it.
half an hour ago.
It was.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Where did it start? Like Hardee's?
Well, I'm 10 miles north of town, and it rained so hard, like my gutters couldn't keep up for an hour.
Bang!
A solid hour.
That
You're a
was
tree guy. You should get those pine needles out of there. Heck, you don't even need a ladder to get to your gutters, do you?
Some of them.
Sorry. Couldn't resist.
dang pine needles. So annoying. How's the week been?
We are. It's been fairly busy. I worked Tuesday night with our night shift crew for a little while, and the city of Bemidji was hopping pretty good. So every once in a while, I like to come out and pretend
Oh wow!
that I still can.
So you were additional unit.
I was. Yeah.
Why'd you pick Tuesday? Because it shouldn't be that bad.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, right. Every other Tuesday isn't that bad.
Is it? What's the moon like?
Right. No, I just pick a night of the week sometimes and come in and do that. Check in with our night folks. Check in with our jailers at night.
Did you pull anybody over?
I did.
And they were like, "Wow, I got the sheriff." Or did they even know?
I don't think they do. And I don't go up and say, "Hey, I'm the sheriff," So I did have an interesting stop one day. This gal passes me in a no passing zone, and as soon as she passes me, I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" So I lit her up and I pulled her over. We were on Irvin Avenue, and it's the end of the day, so people are driving, so a lot of people see it. And I walk up, and the lady is just like, oh, she puts her head, like if the public could see me right now, she puts her head down. She's like, oh. And her 10 or 12-year-old son is sitting in the passenger seat. He goes, "I told you, Bob." And then she goes, it's even the better. She goes, "And it's the sheriff." So she recognized me.
Does lead me to ask, especially on 71 between here and LaPorte. There are an awful lot of dashed lines where MnDOT paints the road and says you can pass somebody here. You're going up a hill. You're going around a curve. Like, how the heck can you possibly know that this is okay to pass?
I see the same things, and I got to imagine when they shoot it with a laser, they'll say there's a minimum distance that you need. But that minimum distance for me is, I don't like it. It all depends on what I'm driving to. So
They seriously shoot that with a laser to...
I don't know if 100% for sure, but I would think that in corners like that, they're going to have a certain line of sight because you got to have the distance in feet for a passing zone. So.
Well, good. I thought I was the only one that followed those lines.
Well, I'll admit I do still pass there because they say I can, but
Right? You're all scared.
I'm like, it's a good thing that we passed this new law that you can speed for a little bit when you're passing somebody.
10 miles an hour. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yep. You get a grace of 10 miles an hour. Now that doesn't mean I'm going to tell you this right now. If someone's doing 5 over the speed limit, that doesn't mean you get to go 15 over the
that
speed
was my
limit.
next question.
So, no.
Because you give the 5 buffer to go over, or 3 or 4 there. Can I add 10 on that, or is it 10 on the
Right.
legal number?
10 on the posted number.
Right. 10 on the posted.
And not forever.
And only for a 2-lane road.
Yes. Yep.
And you got to have turn signals.
One of the other things that we see that's very, very detrimental in public safety when it comes to traffic-related crashes and things like that is people passing illegally on the right. So it's a 2-lane road. Someone ahead of you is going to make a left-hand turn, and there's no bypass lane, and people keep taking the shoulder to go around. Completely illegal. You cannot do that unless there is a bona fide bypass lane.
And not a turn lane.
Oh, I was just going to ask.
Now, some of them say bypass/turn lane.
Correct.
Where?
On 71 on the way to LaPorte, there's
a
couple.
sign?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Literally says bypass lane/turn lane.
Okay.
And you'll see those more on like MnDOT related roads because they have the shoulder width and the right of way and all that extra stuff. Most county roads you don't see that just because there's not enough right of way or shoulder to those things. So
I can say this by experience. People on Car Lake Jefferson hit the shoulder a lot.
Oh yeah, and kind of a comical story. I give our county engineer Bruce Hasberg a lot of grief sometimes over this because I know I know that he gets a lot of grief for it. When they did County Road 9 between Highway 2 and 22 on Grange Road, they made that center stripe. Basically, it's like a 4-foot buffer that goes right down the middle of the road. Now there's no shoulder. A lot of people were upset when that first happened. There are all these little things that happen that highway engineers do to try to make things safer. And the public doesn't understand it typically, like the crash barrier in the median on Highway 2. Like, we were not happy. Like, I'll tell you, as a law enforcement officer, I was not happy with that one. Just for the simple fact that I just couldn't take the ditch and turn around on somebody, or take the ditch and start going the other direction if there was an emergency. I had to actually find a exit or a J-turn or a bypass lane.
Or the little turnaround for the snowplow.
The bypass.
Which everybody else uses too.
Exactly.
Not supposed to.
Not supposed
they're
to.
not, but they do.
It's the sheriff and the snowplows.
Yeah, so that there is, there are those things that are irritating. And then, of course, you get the newer stuff is like the J-turns. Lots of people, when those first went in on Highway 71, Highway 2, were completely ignoring the rules. And by God, I'm going to go right where I want to go, and the State Patrol actually did a lot of enforcement for the first few months of that to try to curb that. So,
all right, so that wide kind of double center lane they have through Bena as well.
Yes.
What is the point of that?
So those that are turning right?
No, there's not enough room for that. It's
No.
literally just a few feet.
It's
separating the two double lines.
Yeah, it's an offset. And so I can tell you from firsthand experience, Bena has had a share, for I don't know whatever reason, a number of head-on collisions. And I don't know if it's because of distractions or, when you're going through that little tiny small community. But they do that to offset traffic with a greater distance.
So if you do veer out of your lane, you're still not in their lane?
Correct.
Gotcha.
Put some rumble strips in there, like NASCAR.
County 9 has the rumble strips on the center lines now.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
So if someone is driving and they see flashing lights behind them and you're like, oh, I'm speeding, they're after me, what should you do as a driver?
Pull over. So it's the law enforcement officer's responsibility to activate his lights in an area where he feels or she feels safe and comfortable pulling you over. If those lights come on, you are to immediately pull over.
Immediately.
And that may very well be because he's not after you. Maybe he's trying to get somewhere to an emergency. So it's our responsibility to activate the lights when we feel it's safe. And if we pull up to you and you haven't pulled off enough, or we feel that there's a spot maybe 100 yards up the road we can conduct business a little safer, we might come up to you and say, hey, would you mind pulling up to that intersection, pulling down, I just don't have enough room here. We'll do that. But when the lights come on, pull over immediately.
I've noticed state troopers in particular do this. I don't know, maybe county sheriffs do too. Their car is kind of acting as a little buffer.
Yep.
If they're going to pull up, if they're going to conduct their business, as you said, on the driver's side.
Correct.
But a lot of times I see them going to the passenger side.
Yep. So from day one, when you're going through school and you're starting to learn things, you learn that your vehicle is, especially the engine, is a very heavy thing that can protect you in a crash. And so we're taught to angle the vehicle sometimes or offset the vehicle. To have people have to kind of, if you see a squad car that's still kind of in the roadway, that's what we want. We want you to see us and we want you to pull around us, and you're supposed to slow down and go around, right? We don't always see the slow down. We'll see people go around, but more officers are killed every year from car wrecks or being hit on the side of the road than they are gun violence. So, killed or hurt. So when you see the lights, someone's pulled over on the side of the road, even if it's a 2-lane, you are supposed to slow way down. If it's not safe to move over because of oncoming traffic, then go by really slow.
Yep.
If you can go around us, we would prefer that at a slow speed as well. Since a number of incidences now, a lot of training is being conducted where officers will approach from the passenger side because it's safer for them on the side of the road.
Right.
And in addition to that, it provides a little bit of you kind of surprise people a little bit when you come up to the passenger side of the car versus the driver's side of the car. So it gives us a few more seconds to actually kind of see what's maybe going on in the car before we get up there.
And why did they touch the taillight or back into the car?
Typically, we're checking the trunk. So officers have been ambushed when it comes to approaching vehicles. And so what they're doing is they're checking the trunk to make sure that the trunk is not going to pop open on them and someone either get out or attack them from behind when they're not looking.
Do you ever watch Deputy Sloop?
No.
On YouTube?
I have not.
You should check it out. You'd like that deputy sheriff. He's pretty good.
Have you ever seen Live on Patrol with the Ramsey County with Bob Fletcher?
I think so.
Yeah.
There's a number of them.
Yeah. Our 2 guys made it back from the state fair.
Awesome.
Yeah. I'm going to dig a little bit on the southern sheriffs and chiefs that tried to recruit our people.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if I will be...
Desperate times call for desperate measures.
Right? I don't want to be sending anybody down there anymore if you're going to keep kind of steal my people.
Wow.
No, they had a great time. They enjoyed themselves immensely. They deal with a number of issues, number of known issues that have occurred every year, and they anticipate certain things with gangs down there. And the last night that our Deputy Hardy was down there, they had an infiltration of gangs members that ran through the gates, and it was lots of fights and a lot of things going on.
Really?
On there, but yeah, and I don't understand why they choose the fair to do that. You know, it's like it's the most ridiculous venue to do that kind of stuff. I don't get it.
So I just wish they'd go get jobs.
Good luck with that.
A lot of people are hiring.
Yes.
I don't know that I'd want to hire them.
You never know. There's got to be
Being
a
honest.
good one out of, right? There's some good ones in there. I believe for sure. Yeah, check that Deputy Sloop out. I saw one where a person got pulled over, and it was like stupid pullovers. They pulled across, it was a divided highway, to an approach. And he's like, "What are you doing?" And he's so nice, and he does a great job. And
I would venture a guess that the bulk of people that you pull over, what are they doing?
right.
You want to see, and I might have said this before, but if you want to see humanity at its worst, try directing traffic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You know, you have a treeling across the road, and you have all your lights on, and it's like, can I go around? No, you cannot go around.
There was I think it was a couple Fridays ago, there was an accident at the intersection there by Keys, and heading to Sanford.
Yep.
And so the whole intersection was blocked off, and there were people getting sent around. So I ended up trying to, and I couldn't believe the people. There was a officer at the stoplights, and then south where you could turn. Where I was, you could, or after the tire place, you could turn there. So I was waiting there. I had to hold up for at least 2 or 3 minutes, which it seems like 10 minutes. Right. And the deputy was getting a little frustrated because there were people coming from behind him, and I was like, dude, there was lights there. You could see there was an accident, and some people are just in their own little world.
Oh yeah.
Which is kind of scary.
It is, because you're standing out there, even though you have a road vest on, and you got flashlights and you got all these lights going on. People just they want to see what's going on. They don't want to pay attention to the actual traffic flow or directions. So,
Mark, you do realize he's talking about you?
No, I don't rubberneck like that. I rubberneck, but not. I put my phone away.
You're not supposed to have it out in the first place.
Well, it's you know what I mean. I was just like, dang, can't check my messages. I'm sitting here for a while because the traffic is pretty heavy.
Yep.
Cop right there.
We've had guys that have. I mean, I've been close to throwing my. Back in the day when I first started, we carried a full size, 3 or 4 cell mag light, with like 100 candle power.
Right.
Some days or some nights you're directing traffic, you just want to rip that thing out and just whip it at somebody because they're driving with their head between their legs.
Right. It just blows my mind.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
If we had any motorcycle incidents with the new, I forget what it's even called now, where they can kind
lane
of
splitting.
split between the two people at a red
Yeah.
light.
I have not heard of any issues. I actually had it happen to me, not in Bemidji, believe it or not. It was at another city, where 2 motorcycles came up between my car and the car, and they went through the light, and they did it appropriately. They were doing the appropriate speed. But I still don't know if I like this law.
I don't remember where I was, but I was the passenger, and a motorcycle did that. And the person that was driving's like, "What are they doing?" I'm like, "Well, that was legal as of like last week." They're like, "What? That shouldn't be." I'm like, "Yeah."
Does move traffic, right? Gets them heading out first before.
Yeah, and I understand. Well, they don't want to be in the back of the traffic in the sense that if
Because they're hidden.
they're hidden, they're not seen as well, and if a vehicle comes up, they're more likely to be rear-ended, waiting in traffic than a car would be because they have fewer surface area, fewer lights.
Right.
So I understand why the buffering between vehicles can help protect them. I do understand that part of it. Back in the day, when I rode motorcycle, we would just creep up in between 2 cars that were in traffic and just sit between 2 cars in a double lane highway or whatever, and just use those as our buffers, and then let them take off, and we'd pull in behind them. But legal or not, back then I wouldn't have known if it was or not.
Got to pay attention to the laws. What are you doing this weekend?
Local camping.
Fun.
Yeah. Last
You
time.
won't even really need a bonfire.
No.
You can have one, but you don't need one this
I know.
weekend.
Last weekend, cold.
Yes.
Like jacket, cold, fire in the camper by 8:30.
Isn't camping fun? Turn on that furnace. Well, you have a good weekend.
You guys as well.
Thanks for stopping by.